Hi, writers. I want to talk a little bit about outlining. I think it is a frequently misunderstood process. I think a lot of times people approach outline as if it is plotting. And I think that's why a lot of writers get stuck. Because as Einstein says, you can't solve a problem at the same level of consciousness that created the problem. Well, if every story begins with a dramatic problem and the writer thinks it's their job to solve the problem, they're not going to get past the end of Act Two. Because that's where your protagonist essentially dies to their old identity. The problem can't be solved because ultimately your protagonist doesn't have a problem. What they have is a dilemma, which is different. It's a problem that can't be solved without creating a new problem. A dilemma is impossible to solve based on their current approach or their current identity. Okay, so when you try and if you approach your outline as if you are attempting to solve a problem or figure your way out to your ending, you're going to get stuck every time. I think story structure is frequently taught as a conceptual model, something that you ought to be able to figure out. But it's not. Story structure really ought to be taught, and the way I teach it is an experiential model. In other words, the purpose of story is to reveal a transformation. And a transformation is only revealed through a shift in perception, seeing your situation in a new way. So when you start to approach story structure through character, rather than figuring out what ought to happen, you begin to realize that story structure really is the DNA or holds the DNA of your protagonist transformation. So the structure is really inward. It's not something that happens outside. Story's character suggests plot. And when you start to investigate your protagonist's experience and the key experiences that they go through, you're going to be led to the transformation. So story structure really is an immutable paradigm for a spiritual transformation. It's immutable. It doesn't change. There are a series of experiences that one always goes through that leads them to a transformation. But that's not plot. And once you connect to those experiences, plot emerges to support those experiences. This is the difference. I look forward to seeing you in the outline workshop, and you can read more about it below. Bye-bye.